What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, it's Keisha. I'm your host for today's video. So the other day I basically posted a video talking about Jack Wright's YouTube video where he was talking about his experiences, being around Sienna Mae and what it was really like for him. I highly recommend you guys go and check out that video, as it will give you more clarification as to what it is that we're going to be talking about today, which is Sienna Mae's response. Now, it's very all over the place. It's very much giving me Wattpad story. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, it's just very off, and you guys will know exactly what I mean when I read it out for you guys. Before we get started, make sure you guys smash the like button. Like, if we all come together collectively to smash that like button, we can actually do a lot. By smashing the like button or just simply liking it and subscribing and just even commenting on the videos, it really helps me out a lot. It helps with the engagement. It helps notify other people of my channel. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I haven't been feeling good for like the last 5-6 days. If I'm being very open and honest with you lots, I didn't want to get there, but I was like, let me just say something real quick. Even with that being said, in that same breath, I'm still delivering the content as fast as possible while still doing my research. The show must go on, basically. So I haven't been feeling well, very all over the place, and it's not really just like a mental thing, to be honest with you. And this is me just keeping it real because there's no point in lying. So if my energy seems a little bit awkward or whatever, just know that I am actually in pain. But like I said, the show must go on. Money afi mek. You guys know the vibes already, okay? Yes, let's get started. I do want to start off by saying Sienna has lost over 400,000 followers since the Jack Wright video, which is absolutely a lot. You've got people in the comment section saying stuff like she should have lost more. You've got people saying like, is she really gonna actually lose anything if she's still at the end of the day gonna have a platform? Now, I said in my last video, whatever happens next with Sienna has got nothing to do with me. The only thing I can do is choose to, block every chance of seeing her on YouTube, whatever platform it is, pretty much. 400,000 people chose to unfollow. Let's get on to what she had to say. I think she posted this on her website, which is kind of weird to me because it's like, bro, what? Of all platforms where you have millions of followers, whether it be Instagram or TikTok or even on your YouTube channel, you posted it on a website where a lot of people wouldn't even go to find it. Like, I just find that kind of weird. The headline reads, Sienna Mae Gomez, Reflections from an 18-year-old Me. Why does that sound like a Wattpad story I would have done when I was younger? Like, why does it seem like she's been a little bit too creative with this one? Like, why does it seem like there's a whole goddamn story? Like, babe, just get straight into the statement. I've never begged for an iPhone notes page more than I am right now. I haven't even been 18 a whole week yet, but the decisions I've made as a new adult are challenging me in ways that make me wish I could just go back to being a kid. Just get straight to the point. You know what it is people are here for, and are given a whole instruction like, it's only been a week of me being 18. I've had to make some life-changing decisions. I wish I could go back to being a kid. Like, what? She then proceeds to say, if you're here, you probably know about my situation. I'm going to assume that you already know that for the last 8 months, I've been fighting a very public battle that involves topics I didn't know much about until recently. Trigger warning, SA, boundaries, and consent. For 8 long, grueling months, I've been fighting to save friendships, to save business relationships, to save my own mental health. Up until this week, I was so proud of the progress I had made. Did you guys hear that? I was so proud of the progress I made, like being on my phone less and learning to surf. What? This is my first time reading it. So I'm reading it now with you guys. I just kind of like had to skim through before. I was so proud of the progress I had made, like being on my phone less and learning to surf and cook with friends and value things that really matter. 4 days after turning 18, my former friend Jack Wright, the one I've been tangled with in a toxic web of accusations and internet tea, posted a 17-minute video about me yesterday, 5 days past turning 18. Nobody cares that you're 18. Like, nobody genuinely cares. Maybe I'm not in the mood and you caught me in the wrong day as well. People don't want to know what your 18th was like. Nobody wants to know if you have just discovered how to surf. Nobody wants to know if you can finally cook now. Like, nobody genuinely cares. But she knows this, and of course she's trying to drag it out. I don't know whether it was her decision to do this or whether it was her team. I do believe it's a team as well. I wouldn't think that she would just, come out to make any sort of statement without the agreement from her team. But just know that your team are flopping you right now, if I'm being honest with you. I don't even think your fans with the fan pages care. I had to say okay to a media statement written by my publicist in response to that video. Shortly after that, my legal team sent his legal team a letter threatening a lawsuit for defamation of character, because that is the best next step to clear my name. I'm sure it's all hitting the media now. I've never been so scared in my life. I thought turning 18, oh my God. Did you guys know she's 18? I thought turning 18 would be an amazing, and so far it's honestly just sucks. Nah, I think if you had been turning any age, it would suck as well. It just, I have 3 choices that I can see. Number 1, go read the millionth I hope you yourself message. Listen, I said this in my last video, do not go sending hate. Make the decision you want to either continue supporting her or choose to block, remove her, all of that, right? But don't go sending hate like I hope yourself. Like, bro, who the flip do you think you are? You are stooping to a very low level right now. God forbid she actually went to go on herself. That's when you'll feel bad. She said, number 2, let my well-meaning parents and team dictate next steps and tie us up for what could be years in a legal battle with people who I once considered my closest friends. Or 3, write down everything from my heart and use my newfound adult status. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Use my newfound adult status to take accountability and share the whole truth with anyone who will listen. To be honest, it's hard not to choose number 1. Okay. I feel like it's victim blaming now in a situation where she probably shouldn't. Be best advised you don't. I feel like you're already going to look bad no matter what it is that you say, especially in the context of this. And that is what social media is. And rightfully so. You do wrong, you're going to get called out for it. And that's just how it works. No one is really safe from cancel culture. If it hasn't happened to you, there's a possibility that it can happen to you. Anyone can be hit with it and things can change in a heartbeat. I told my parents last night that I just wanted to I'm tired of fighting. I'm so tired of seeing the hate and people taking sides. My heart hurts for my friends, my family, and people I associate with who are getting bullied on their own social media accounts just because they know me. So I'm going to choose number 3 for the sake of the people I love. I'm just going to get real and bare my soul and have faith and trust that I will land where I'm meant to be. There is a section here that says the beginning of Jake and Sienna. When I was just 16 years old, one of my TikTok videos went viral on social media, then another, then another. I asked my hometown friend James Wright to do my first big interview with me in Los Angeles. He was out of town, so we asked his twin brother Jack to go with me. I was friends with Jack but knew James better. Both of them had blown up on TikTok a few months earlier than me. From that day on, my life would never be the same. Hype House. In December 2020, after 4 incredible months of TikTok fame, more fun than I've ever had, and what seemed to be like the perfect life, I got a call from the producers of the Hype House show asking me to be one of the featured influencers headlining the series. So remember in my last video when I spoke about how like I watched the Hype House series, still can't believe I did that, didn't see her or Jack. I guess we're gonna find out why. They also told me they didn't plan to have Jack in a lead role. To me, that felt wrong. He was the one who introduced me to all those people, and I wasn't even an official member of the Hype House. So I decided to be on the show, but only if Jack was in lead too. They agreed. Let me just go back quickly. So we didn't actually get the full clarification as to why they didn't go on the show in the end. I'm gonna assume it's because they had fallen out and they just didn't want to bring that to the show. Understanding love languages. She's teaching me a lot. When Jack and I fought, I tried to fix it with love and affection. Growing up, I was taught to be don't do that, sis, don't. Oh God. I was taught to be communicative and treat each other with love. For me, that means hugs and physical affection, which means yes, I would wrap my arms around Jack to hug him when I was feeling insecure or when he was. I also tried to verbally express my feelings for him because that's what I like in a relationship. We would joke about it all the time and even made TikToks about it because to both of us, at least at the time, it was funny. Looking back, I see that I should have met him at his love language versus mine, and I'm sorry for that because I think it meant we blurred boundaries that should have been stronger. My only intention was to love him and tell him that he mattered. It's a mistake I'll never make again. The next section is the importance of consent. Consent isn't really something that is formally taught in school. I agree. I've mentioned this before in one of my videos, like it's something that I thought was common knowledge, but actually it doesn't get taught in households. In school, when you are attending, how can you be attending a building 5 days a week and they still don't teach you the importance of consent, the things that you're actually going to need in the real world, right? But then again, with that being said, there are a lot of people who don't just overstep a boundary. I know for me personally, the first thing I would ask is like someone's age. I would also ask someone like, can I do this? Or like, are we on the same page kind of thing? You know, it's important to be on the same page just to stop you from scenarios like this happening where it can be very affecting, not only on yourself, but also on the victim of that situation. It's going to stick with them for a very long time. The same way bullying sticks with someone is the same way, and I'm not comparing them, but let's keep it real. Moments that I remember from high school still stick with me in my adult life. So imagine something such as physical harm. My parents have been married for 23. Nobody gives a hell. Like, I'm so sorry. Who cares about your parents? Respectfully, like, I didn't want to take it down that old time road, but we're going there. My parents have been married for 23 years and I grew up watching them freely. I understand now not everyone has this comfortability with affection, but it's not only that though, because from what I remember, Jack and what I actually got wrong in my previous video is Jack never really claimed you. Like, apparently Jack never really even claimed to be in a relationship with you. Yes, it was more of like a business transactional thing of like, we make videos together and we thrive. That's what a lot of people have been doing for the longest time. Do I agree with that method? No, but if you guys are equally on the same page, then great. But it just seems like she wasn't on the same page at all. It seems like she always wanted more from Jack, and Jack was just like, no, it's just content, or like back off, like we're just friends kind of thing. Miscommunication had happened there. It's still not a reason for you to do what you did and act out in a dumbass way and act out in a very obsessive way. Like picking locks and forcing yourself onto somebody, it's just embarrassing and it's really sad. It shows no self-respect for yourself, and most importantly, you don't understand the ideology of someone saying no to you. No is the same in every single language. There needs to be a very open and honest conversation about consent even before sexual acts, even if it's holding hands, hugging, and being affectionate in a friendly manner. The last thing I would ever want to do is breach someone's boundaries, and for that I have become explicitly aware of the way I interact with others and will do better. She says, Jack, if you're reading this, I apologize if there were times that it made you feel uncomfortable. I am sorry if anything I ever did triggered other things you have experienced or any feelings of discomfort. But anything I did knowingly, as our physical relationship on camera was one of the closeness and don't do that. Familiarity. I'm sorry, that's just funny to me. That I've known to carry into our real lives. That said, there is a distinct line between that and sexual assault. I'm so sad that this is where we ended up, even more so that I'm now being used in a new and even more hurtful way. I want this madness to end. I want people to think before they comment unnecessary hateful things on my socials, on my friends' socials, and on Jack's socials. I'm tired of seeing people that I don't know from my hometown or otherwise jump on the hate train and make up lies. I'm confused that people say arrest her when there has no... She didn't. Confused that people say arrest her when there has been no involvement by police, no investigation, and no legal action other than mine since this all began. I'm tired of living in a space of sadness because I still don't know how exactly one of my best friends turned into someone I will forever be negatively linked with. For many, this TikTok drama and tea, but for me, it's my life. Whoa. I'm gonna have to stop you there, sis. There is a huge chunk that I disagree with. So by her saying, I'm confused that people say arrest her when there's been no involvement by police, no investigations, and no legal actions other than mine. Maybe didn't feel comfortable to go to the police. You know, there are a lot of victims who don't go to the police, but it still happened. So don't try and invalidate that by saying, oh my God, but there was no legal files, no police officer knocked on my door, so I'm fine. It's proof that I didn't do it. Are you dumb? Like, you said you've done all this research and you've had some time to reflect. Make it make sense for me, please. Are you dumb or stupid? Like, honestly, Sienna, that part is just like, bro, if anyone ever had any sort of redemption for you, not that I ever did when it comes to this whole statement anyways, if anyone did, that part, you lost it. You know how many victims literally don't come forward? They don't get the police involved, but that experience very much happened to them. Someone took advantage of their space, invaded their space. I don't know whether you didn't have anyone around you check over this, but that was a huge part that just doesn't sit right with me. To my community of supporters, whoever the hell they are, I'm so appreciative of your kind words in the midst of what has been a very dark time for me. Thank you for, it just sounds like me. Thank you for showing me love despite my flaws and mistakes. So the only mistake that she's actually taken accountability for is the fact that she should have been aware of the different types of love languages. I recently saw this quote: to make mistakes or be wrong is human. To admit those mistakes shows you have the ability to learn and are growing wiser. As I enter the second week of my 18th year, oh my God, guys. What is the obsession with being 18? I feel like she's going to continue using that as like, okay, that this happened when I was like a teenager, I'm now a grown-ass adult. Well, some people don't consider 18 as an adult, but as I enter the second week of my 18th year, I'll let that be my guide. And then the final part here says, unfortunately, Jack Wright continues his campaign to slander Sienna Mae Gomez with further false accusations. His latest, I don't know who wrote this, I think it's someone from her team. His latest falsehoods in the highly edited video. Sorry, that shook me for a second. I'm guessing this is someone from like Sienna's camp. His latest falsehoods in the highly edited video show that once again, Jack is making a calculated action to hinder, hurt, and harm not only Sienna's reputation and livelihood, but her as an individual human being as well. Sienna unequivocally, I hate this, denies those accusations. Other than spreading falsehood about Sienna online, Jack has taken no action. There has been no police investigation, not even a police report to acknowledge. No charges, no private lawsuit, and no contact between Sienna and Jack or their respective legal teams in many months. I don't really like how people are saying, oh, but there's no police, no forms heading my way, no knocks on my door, so it means it doesn't happen. What? So we're going to invalidate millions of people's experiences because they've chosen not to come forward for whatever reason. In a lot of, you know, SA situations, a lot of people don't come forward because they're being blackmailed. A lot of them who have attacked them are people within their family, within their friendship circle, within just people who come over quite often. You know, so by speaking up on something, it's like you don't want to destroy. I hate this. I really hate this. And I find this quite offensive, you know, and I'm not even a victim. It was always Sienna's desire and intention to handle this privately versus in the court of public opinion, as she would never want to sensationalize or degrade the seriousness of SA. Sadly, Jack's blatant disregard for the truth has left us with no choice but to address these claims publicly. Jack's false claims that Sienna at any point broke and entered his home or SA'd him are accompanied by harmful innuendo, which attempt to degrade her character even further than his falsehoods already do. Not only are these attacks baseless and false, the release of his most recent video is indicative of the public narrative that Jack and some of his friends hope to use as a crutch to further his lies. Jack and his collaborators have attempted to utilize blatant slut-shaming culture to justify their fixatious claims and have effectively victimized a successful woman of color.
This is enough for me. This is enough for me.
Sienna? Sorry, hold on. I don't know what member of the team has said this. I don't know whether they wear glasses or I don't know how good their eyesight is. I don't know if they're working with 20/20 vision. Can I read that again, please? Let me read that again. And have effectively victimized a successful woman of color. Sienna? The whole... Oh, this is interesting. The whole... Oh. A woman of color? Lord God, this is going to be a very long day for Sienna. I still don't know who the woman of color is. Whoever wrote the statement is trying to save their job. Are you kidding me? Are you trying to fit in? Are you trying to play the whole... No, you're not. There's no way. That's it. That's it for the statements, guys. Very all over the place. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. I think for me, the most annoying part about the whole statement, and trust me, there was many, the biggest thing for me is her trying to invalidate people's experiences because what? You know, do you know how many people walk off free after essaying someone? Do you know how many guilty people are still roaming the streets? So how dare you say something like that and say it so confident with chest? And I'm sure you read over this multiple times and felt, you know what, this is okay to say. Yeah. It just doesn't make you a likable person. Do you know what? You suddenly losing 400,000 followers is not enough for me as far as I'm concerned. But you know what? That's not my call to make. Also, what's happened since the Jack Wright video is a bunch of people, I guess, going to flood other people's pages. People who are like typically connected to Sienna Mae. Summer McKean.
Hi, so I feel that it is very, very important that you guys hear my point of view and my thoughts and my feelings about this entire situation from me. I want to start by saying I deactivated my social medias temporarily just for the sake of my own mental health. I saw some people saying that it just proves that I am on Sienna's side or I support X, Y, and Z by deactivating. That's absolutely not the case, and I didn't do it for any reason other than to save my own mental health. So I hope you can understand that, and I have since reactivated my Instagram, but I won't be super active on it. I have relationships with both Jack and Sienna, and I understand seeing me spend time with Sienna, you assume that I know the entire situation, or I know the story. I know what went on between them. There are a few reasons why I actually didn't know anything. First being, as someone who has experienced situations of sexual assault, it's actually such a trigger for me.
Tanas Response has been dragged for still being in relation to Sienna Mae, still like engaging with her post, liking the post, being seen hanging out, all of these things, right?
Oh, let's see how Tanas Response is handling her backlash.
Not you blocking the word Sienna, huh? I don't block words. Love Jack. He was in my last YouTube video and one of my great friends. I handle how I feel off camera and everyone knows that.
I'm not surprised Tanas Response is still in relation to a problematic human being. This is her branding. She does it. And do you know what? She actually kind of thrives off of it anyways. Right? Still, do not send hate to any individual. Do not leave any death threats. We don't do that around here. I've had death threats thrown at me before and I know how it made me feel. It was by dumbass 12-year-olds. Anyways, that's pretty much it for today's video. Thank you so much for chilling out with me. Follow me on my Instagram at Itzkeisha_. It would be on the screen for you guys right now. I'm following people back. I'm also replying to DMs because why the hell not? I double dare you go and follow me right now. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.